Apparently, the water in Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be absolutely beautiful, so realistic and incredible. And apparently, it's supposed to look something like this. This is sort of example footage of what I guess the waves, the rivers, the oceans, water, how everything is going to look like if it's a liquid in GTA 6, which we know that's actually going to be a fairly big part of the game. It was a big part of GTA 5 simply because they made the world an island, but Los Angeles typically isn't the most tropical destination. Yes, I know it has beaches and whatnot, but when you think of Florida, specifically Vice City, which we know is a parody of Miami, that's about as tropical as it gets, especially if you start to consider all the other surrounding places that could come alongside Rockstar's Vice City. Think of all those tropical islands. Water is obviously going to play a huge part. And we actually am getting this information from someone we covered just a couple of days ago. Their name is Elix Venturas from Rockstar Mag. Hopefully I'm pronouncing their name correctly. Again, we're going to be diving into a couple of things they ended up saying just a couple of days ago about how some of the water physics are going to work in Grand Theft Auto 6. So this is what they said. Thread what we know at Rockstar Mag about the next version of the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine, known as Rage 9. It was designed for the development of GTA 6. Going on to say the term ahead of its time is realistic, thanks to the colossal revenues that GTA Online has brought to Take-Two Interactive since 2013. The parent company of Rockstar Games have decided to invest in a new technology and integrate it into GTA 6. So they recruited engineers with deep knowledge of programming, real-time physics simulation, understanding of memory layout in subjects like linear algebra, trigonometry, matrix, and mathematics. And the objective was to bring together around 20 engineers in Rockstar's San Diego studio called Rage Technology Group, so that they can create a new physics system for water in GTA 6. Going on to say this, current video games use a mesh system wireframe to represent water. This gives the impression of a rippling liquid, and this system has the advantage of being energy efficient in terms of performance. And I'll actually show you guys some footage right now of what GTA 5 looks like in full wireframe, and you can see that we're standing on the pier, and you can see that that's the way the water ends up looking, which is fine, but it prevents it from being like full on realistic. So with the new version of Rage 9, it's going to be a system that will allow us to have physically simulated water in real time. Now, this has existed for years in movies and in 3D applications, but it's never been considered real time. And remember the video I showed you guys earlier, NVIDIA has already tried this experiment with WaveWorks 1.0 and 2.0, but the realism to performance ratio has never been exploitable. And again, this is a representation of 3D rendering engine, which will allow Rockstar to make water look like this in an ultra graphics mode. And he brings up a good point saying that we can speculate that the aquatic environment is going to occupy not only an important place in the GTA 6 universe, but also a lot of it. And maybe there's going to be new novelties and technologies that accompany this new water. Like, for example, surfing could be an example. This is something that's never seen before in the Grand Theft Auto series. In fact, I don't even know how many of you guys remember this, but way back in the PlayStation 2 day, Rockstar actually had a game called Surfing H3O. So they've even experimented with specific water-based games. And we know from Grand Theft Auto Online with the Smuggler's Run update that Rockstar has no problem at all basically turning their old games into something we utilize in current projects and in current games. Now, since we're on the subject of the world and the environment, this same user also pointed out that GTA 6 is going to be the first title to obtain a physically simulated light. And in order to accomplish this, Rockstar is going to need to utilize PBR, which is physics-based rendering, which is a set of technologies giving materials physical, optical properties, reflection, roughness, etc., making them feel realistic and lifelike. And these technologies have been available since the Rage 8 engine, which was released with Red Dead Redemption 2 back in 2018, and that is based on PBR rendering. And again, this allows textures to have a realistic rendering versus the light, and therefore a better immersive experience at night and during the day.
Now, the past couple of months have been pretty quiet in regards to any new information surrounding GTA 6, but this week we finally started receiving more information from a reputable source in the community known as TesFunds. Now, as a lot of you already know by now, TesFunds is a super reliable source when it comes to GTA news. He's been super reliable about GTA Online, and he's also been very reliable about GTA 6 so far. Now, after months of silence, he made a new post where he details some interesting information surrounding GTA 6 that I'd like to discuss right now. Now, the first piece of information has to do with the player numbers for a GTA Online session. Now, when GTA 5 released all the way back in 2013 on the PS3 and Xbox 360, each online session was limited to 16 players. Now, when Rockstar released GTA Online for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, they doubled that player count to 30 players total, and that's where it's been for a little while now. Now, surprisingly, according to TesFunds, it seems like that Rockstar is still sticking with 30 players for each online session in GTA 6. So this is quite interesting because there's been some rumors about the map of GTA 6 being significantly larger than GTA 5, so we're going to have to wait and see what comes out of this, but it's worth noting that Rockstar has been working on a new technology which they did patent that pretty much allows them to take the map and split it into several online sessions where when players move throughout the map, they're essentially transferred from different online sessions, one to the other seamlessly, and that allows Rockstar to manage the servers more effectively, so you pretty much have the map split into different quadrants, and each quadrant is a separate session. So it may be possible that each map could have way more players thanks to that technology, but according to TesFunds, at the moment, it seems like that Rockstar is sticking with 30 players for each online session. And more importantly, Rockstar will be making some pretty major improvements and changes to the baseline code of GTA 6 Online, and that's going to make the game load a lot faster, make it more reliable, and just overall make it a more quality experience. Now, neither GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2 have dedicated servers. Dedicated servers are obviously very, very expensive, and some may argue that they're unnecessary, so it's going to be interesting to see whether Rockstar actually adds dedicated servers for GTA 6, or whether they're just going to continue improving on the existing infrastructure they have now. Now, in addition, TesFun says that Rockstar is a lot more open to revealing GTA 6 now because more players have their hands either on a PS5 or Xbox Series X console, and while they still are a bit difficult to get, they are much easier to get, certainly, than they were when they were first revealed. So it's going to be a lot easier for new players to get their hands on a next-gen console if they need to in order to play GTA 6. Now, as we've reported before, it seems like Rockstar is moving away from a 2 to 3 year release schedule and instead moving to a 1 year release schedule. Now that means for GTA 6, Rockstar is only likely going to take 1 year between the reveal and release of the game, where instead with their previous games, it was usually around 2 to 3 years between the reveal and the final release of the game. So that means that we should get our hands on GTA 6 sometime next year in 2024, and according to TesFunds, he does believe that Rockstar will not only reveal GTA 6 this year, but maybe they might even start the first marketing campaigns, which usually is unheard of for the first year during the reveal, especially for a Rockstar game. So it seems like after the initial reveal, Rockstar is going to make things move a lot more quickly than before, which I think a lot of players, including myself, are going to appreciate. Now, based on everything we know so far, it seems like GTA 6 is feature and content complete for the most part, so the hard part for Rockstar is behind them. A large majority of the game seems to be complete. At this point, it's just a matter of polishing things up, a lot of quality assurance, especially for a game like this, and overall just making sure things are polished and ready to go. Now, Rockstar still has a long road ahead of them to get this game into market. However, it seems like the majority of the hard work is behind them, which is good to hear.